Alrighty, boys. If you hear some crackling sounds, it's due to the sound of my brother's terrible office chair. I am sorry that I have not been uploading for the past 2 weeks because it's the holidays, baby, and I'm home. I'm home for the holidays, as a Christmas song once stated. I just wanted to spend as much time as I could with my mom and my brother before I had to go back off to school. As you know, there is still a pandemic virus out, and pandemic-worthy virus, and I do not want to well, here's the thing. I just wanted to spend as much time with my mom, my brother, and my dad, because, well, I mean, it's hard to say. Like, there is a pandemic-worthy virus, and my school has decided there will be no school-regulated breaks during spring. So I wanted to spend as much time with them during this month before I go back to my apartment and record. By the way, this microphone smells disgusting. Is this what my apartment smells like? But as you know, the last episode of The Mandalorian was posted 3 weeks ago, maybe? I don't know, it's been so long. But this is what I'm here to talk to you about today. Is Season 2, Episode 8, the finale called The Rescue by Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. I'm thinking next week I'll talk to you about how my New Year's and my Christmas went. I think that's noteworthy, because I got some pretty sweet things for Christmas, and I'd like to talk to you guys about them. A new hobby that I got into. I don't know, my life's kind of a mess. Because I thought this podcast was going to be a hobby, which, hey, it is a hobby, but I just need to refine it. But this hobby that I got into is pretty freaking sweet. It's also a money spender, which is a big yikes, but whatever. Every hobby's gonna spend at least a little bit of money. So yeah, I'm back in my hometown. I do have my boom arm, but there's nowhere to mount it on this desk, which sucks. So my boom arm will be my real human arm, and let's get to it. Alrighty, so today, as per the usual, I will be reading off, because I am a terrible reviewer, and I just like Star Wars. And again, like, this episode will be short because my mom is working from home, and I need to run and go get groceries after this, so it's going to be pretty freaking short. Alright, if you hear clicking and stuff, all of my USB ports have been used up on my laptop, because I got a pretty freaking sweet 2 terabyte hard drive, because all of you guys are going to be stored inside there. I just hit my knuckle on the desk. Also, my Focusrite is using the other USB. So the clicking you'll be hearing will be coming from my laptop. Apologies. From an article from The Vulture will be a recap of The Mandalorian season finale. Tearjerker, spoiler, warning. You have been warned, spoiler, it's even in the title, so if you get mad at me in the comments because I spoiled it for you, A, you're either not listening now because I don't have a lot of viewers, or B, you're listening in the future and this crap has been out forever, so you've been warned. Click out now. Even the chair is yelling at you. Alrighty. A few episodes back, when Mando and Grogu made it back to the Jedi Shrine, they'd been told by Ahsoka Tano may or may not summon a Jedi. It seemed impossible we'd encounter one Jedi we knew to be out there somewhere in the galaxy. Could Luke Skywalker himself show up to claim Grogu? Nah. The Mandalorian has had close ties to the movie wing of Star Wars universe from the start, and sure, Boba Fett turned up recently, but there's no way such a major figure would arrive to interact with our little Force-rich friend, right? And yet, here we are at the end of Season 2, and not only has Luke shown up, played by Mark Hamill, with the help of some impressive de-aging technology, he's whisked Grogu away to parts unknown, after the creature formerly known as a child and Mando exchange a tender, helmet-free goodbye. In some ways, bringing in Luke seemed like the most obvious move, but also the one move the series couldn't make, because, come on, are we really going to get to see Luke Skywalker on this show? But that's jumping ahead to the end. Before Luke makes his hooded dark trooper slaying entrance, Mando, Fennec Shand, Boba Fett, and Cara Dune must commandeer an Imperial shuttle. Nab Dr. Pershing, played by Omid Abtahi. That's the first time ever saying his name. Sorry. From the clutches from some Imperial officers and find a way into the light cruiser where Moff Gideon has Grogu. Because remember, last episode was the first episode in 16 chapters that Grogu has not been in an episode. Put that on your mind. They succeed in the first step, but not before the pilot lays some moral relativism on Cara Dune. He taunts her about being from the destroyed Alderaan, and then, when she replies with a Death Star burn, asks, "Do you know how many millions were killed on these bases?" By his logic, he was just protecting a galaxy from terrorism by serving the Empire and blowing up a planet full of bad guys. Everyone has to find a way to sleep at night, as stated by Mayfield. Not that the pilot will have to worry about sleeping after Cara Dune blasts him close range before he can kill Dr. Pershing. As you may know, we've seen Dr. Pershing in a couple episodes before, mostly in Season 1, a little bit in the hologram of Season 2. He is a cloner. He helped make those millions and millions and millions of clones for the Clone Wars, and he was the one hired, or not really hired, but stolen by Moff Gideon to presumably steal Grogu's midichlorian count. Also, if you hear a little buzzing in the background, I think it might be this light. Let's see what happens if we turn it off. Hey, it stopped. Alrighty. Oh, there's still a little bit of feedback. Oh well. Oops. From there, it is time to pick up two more old friends they feel the need to get the job done. Bo-Katan Kryze and Casca Reeves. It takes the length of one short, intense Fett and Casca fight scene to convince them to sign up, but there's a catch. Bo-Katan would like to keep the ship, and maybe Mando could consider helping her retake Mandalore? Oh, and one more thing, Moff Gideon has a darksaber that will allow her to claim the Mandalorian throne. She'll be needing that too. She fails, however, to share the fine print about what she needs to do to reclaim the darksaber, but there's no way that could have repercussions, right? Bum bum bum. Foreshadowing. It's not going to be easy. As Dr. Pershing explains, there might not be that many human officers aboard Gideon's cruiser, but it's filled with dark troopers, the ultra-efficient droid soldiers whose child napped Grogu a couple episodes back. The human inside was the final weakness to be solved, Pershing's explained. And when we see them in action later in the episode, it's clear he's not kidding. The dark troopers don't just combine the best parts of stormtroopers with the best parts of battle droids. They're relentless, semi-indestructible opponents. Mando and his pals clearly need a solid plan before heading in. The plan comes courtesy of Bo-Katan, and it involves heading in through the launch portal where the cruiser is in the process of sending out its TIE fighters, then Mando slipping through the shadows while the rest of the crew members wreak havoc throughout the ship as it's a distraction. So it's so crazy, it just might work, and after a pretty thrilling bit of space combat, everyone makes it on board. From there it gets trickier. Bo-Katan and the others continue to mow down through stormtroopers, though not without a few tense moments. But Mando struggles to take the dark troopers out of the equation, letting one slip through the corridor before the closing door. The tremendous trouble he has taking out just one of the dark troopers, even with that cool Beskar spear, establishes just how tough an opponent they are. They've got no chance against the whole platoon. Fortunately, Mando blows them out of the airlock, and we'll never see them again. Spoiler, we see them again. Props to Ludwig Göransson, the guy who makes the music for The Mandalorian. you should definitely go to Spotify or to YouTube or to Amazon Prime Music and look up the title track under Season 2 soundtrack, Troopers, or Dark Troopers. It's really good. It's kind of like a dubstep kind of thing. Like semi-dubstep? I don't know. It's pretty dang cool. Don't you agree, Chair? I think he agrees. So then it's time for the endgame. Bo-Katan's band arrives on the deck only to discover that Moff Gideon's nowhere to be found. That's because he's with Grogu, holding the Darksaber over his head in a threatening, son of a bitch manner. Fortunately, Mando proposes an arrangement. He'll take Grogu and let Gideon go, Darksaber and all. And that's fine by Moff Gideon because, in his words, he's already got what he wanted from him. Apparently, Gideon's obtained enough of Grogu's blood that he doesn't need the Source anymore. It's, in his view, his best shot to bring order back to the galaxy. And that's what Mr. Imperial Hess said. What was that? Last episode? Episode 7? Bring order back to the galaxy. So that might be foreshadowing the Imperial Order, led under one other than Kylo Ren. That's good news for Grogu, but bad news for, well, probably everyone else in the Star Wars universe. The deal, predictably, proves short-lived, leading to another intense fight, one that puts Mando's Beskar armor to the test. Mando prevails, but the scene raises an interesting question. Did Mando accept the deal in earnest? It's Gideon, after all, who breaks the agreement. Mando's concern all along has been rescuing Grogu, but would he sell out Bo-Katan to ensure Grogu's safety? And by selling out Bo-Katan, he'd also be selling out Mandalore, and the chance that the planet might be reclaimed. Is his attachment so strong it could overwhelm his sense of honor? We'll leave that episode without an answer. Also, another cool detail. Beskar is impenetrable to a lightsaber. But when Mando goes to block Gideon's attack with the Darksaber, the Beskar starts to heat up. So my idea is that, you know how like lightsabers are like long cylindrical beams of light, but the Darksaber is more of a refined point. Maybe the refined point of the Darksaber was heating up. You know, like cutting. Maybe. That wasn't my own idea. I lied to you guys. That came... nice segue, Nate. That came from an idea that Eric brought up on New Rockstars. Link down to their video in the description below. You guys should definitely subscribe to them. If I can put a title card up in the episode, I will, but I need to jump through a crap ton of hoops with YouTube in order to do that. So Mando wins the battle, but that's a solution that creates another problem. Having bested Gideon in combat, he now owns the Darksaber. And though he's happy just to hand it off to Bo-Katan, that's not how the Darksaber works. Son of a... She has to best him in combat to reclaim the weapon and the right to rule Mandalore. That has nothing to do with the property and strength to the Darksaber itself. The Darksaber does not have power, Gideon explains. The story does. Damn, this is a messy situation, but the Mandalorian punts its outcome down the road because, hey, the Dark Troopers are back. Yeah, it's a really sucky situation. And it doesn't get resolved at the end of this episode. Which means that there'll be a season 3. Obviously there's going to be a season 3. This is like the best freaking show on Disney. Duh. So, can the Dex blast doors hold them off? Short answer, yes. Long answer, no. Because these bastards are punching down the door. As our heroes prepare for a doomed battle with the Dark Troopers, Gideon mocks their chances, not reckoning on the unexpected arrival of a dark-hooded Jedi, wielding a familiar green-looking lightsaber, who arrives via X-Wing. So I think it's Fennec who's like, what the frick? Why is there one X-Wing? And then I immediately was like, holy smokeroonies, that is Luke Skywalker. But you can also notice from the green lightsaber and the big ass silver belt buckle that's on him. So Luke chews through the dark troopers like a dog through a sirloin, then meets up with our heroes after Mando, over the others' objections, open the doors to the Jedi. Then it's time to say goodbye to sweet baby Grogu. Maybe for good? It certainly seems like they're saying goodbye for a while, if not forever, despite Grogu's initial reluctance. He wants your permission, Luke explains, then adds that Grogu's better off with him because talent without training is nothing. Talent without training is nothing. And so Mando says farewell to his surrogate child, even taking off his helmet to look Grogu in the eye. I'll see you again, he tells the little guy. I promise. Damn, I'm tearing up and getting goosebumps right now. It's truly a heart-tugging moment, even if the arrival of R2-D2, no strangers to Grogu's kind, and Luke's tender manner as he takes Grogu into his arms suggests everyone has made the right decision. Then with a, may the force be with you, they're gone. Ending this season of The Mandalorian on a bittersweet note, and with a teary Mando making no effort to pick up his helmet. Whatever form the third season takes, it will certainly look a lot different than this one. But wait, there's more. After the credits, we find out what happens next. Not for Mando or Grogu, but for Boba Fett and Fennec Shand, who show up at what used to be Jabba's palace to find it's presided, Jesus, can I talk? Over by Jabba's former right-hand man, Bib Fortuna. He looks like Fat Bastard in this, if you know who that is. It's from the Austin Power movies. So Bib Fortuna looks like Fat Bastard. Bib looks a little portier than last time we saw him, suggesting that he's even running a decimated gangland empire. Has its benefits, getting fat. But he won't be enjoying them much longer. Boba Fett straight up murks him and then assumes the throne. If the season has revealed he can be an effective good guy, that doesn't mean being a good guy is really good. He wants to be the best freaking bounty hunter in the galaxy, and by golly, he's gonna freaking do it. So, great season, right? Damn. This season was really freaking good. I think there's someone running a snowblower outside. We got so much snow. Not as much snow as them mountain people are getting, but enough snow to be really freaking annoying. Right before I started recording this, our power went out, which is just fantastic. It was only out for like 30 seconds, but still, it freaked me out. I didn't want to try and explain to you guys on my social media that I had to wait again. Also, really good segue. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Twitter at Gussel4 and Instagram at Sumo.fuss. Yes, I couldn't get my real handle. And maybe if you want to support me on Patreon, go ahead and visit down to the description. And if you're generous enough, go ahead and just be like a first tier sub. I think that'd be pretty cool. In the future, I've been thinking about it. In the future, I'd like to start streaming. In no way means am I a PC gamer, but I am a PlayStation gamer. And unfortunately, I did not get a PS5 for Christmas because those damn scammers keep stealing all the PlayStations. But like I said, in no way means am I a PC gamer. I mean, if I could build a PC or like buy a completed one, I would definitely be a PC gamer because Steam has one of the best damn libraries in PC gaming in gaming history. But I think I'll just stick to my PlayStation. Stream PlayStation. I think it'd be a good idea. I'd have to have like a live stream capture card or something like that. If any of you are watching, which my subscribers say really none of you are except for my dad. I have to catch my mom up on these podcasts. Yeah, I'd like to build my own I'd like to build my own PC for streaming, obviously, and mostly I just want to have a computer that runs faster. I mean, nothing is going against this beautiful laptop that I got at the beginning of the year. What a godsend from my grandparents. They knew that the laptop I had was like 6 years old at that point and got me a nice HP Pavilion laptop. That's because they also had the sneaking intuition that school was going to be closed down and I was going to be going on completely online, and damn, they were right. So they got me a really nice laptop. But I don't know if this laptop is suitable for streaming. So, also, streaming's pretty hip nowadays, and a lot of people get a lot of good revenue from streaming. Definitely not doing on a mixer. Probably going to go through Twitch. Also, that lends another question. Am I going to get a camera and show my face? I don't know. I know I said for something like maybe 100 subscriber special, I'd show my face. Or maybe if I had a big enough following and then wanted to put more suspense out there, maybe if I gained a faster following, which probably I'm not because I'm not the best podcaster out there, 1,000, 10,000 subscriber special, throwing my face out there. I doubt it. I don't know. I always like to leave suspense out there, because I know some of you guys that are listening are family members and know what I look like, but maybe I get some like random subscriber who really likes my content, and then maybe they're thinking, what does this dude look like? What does he really look like? Tall, blonde, skinny? Nah. Curly hair, straight hair, long hair, beard, no beard, mustache, goatee, soul patch? I don't know. Also, the whining is coming from my computer. Can you hear it? Keep on chugging along, baby girl. So this ends. Well, basically, the reason I wanted to start this podcast is because it's a hobby. But then The Mandalorian came out, and then I freaking love Star Wars, and I wanted to talk about that. So definitely next week, if I'm not caught up in buying books for school and doing financial aid reports and starting school and going back to work, I will put out a pretty lengthy podcast. I think I'm going to go back to like 45 minutes to an hour on what I got for the holidays and how much the holidays mean to me. So thank you guys for trucking along on this the past 8 episodes of this podcast. Oh, today also marks double digits for a podcast, baby. Episode 10. Holy smokeroonies. I know, right? Pretty dang cool. Episode 10 and many more episodes to come. I'm just really excited. I'd like to have more people listen to me because I feel like I've got a good speaking voice, and I've been listening to other podcasts. That's another thing I'm going to be talking about in the next episode as well. I have to write that down. Oh, I cannot forget. What is my rating for this episode? Main plot point, episodic plot point, both a 10, so that's up there in 20. Action, another 10, baby. That's going to put it at 30 points. The crowd goes wild. Woo. I'm not crazy, you're crazy. Thank you guys so much for listening. Bye. See you later. Goodbye.